Hello Flourish girls, I'm back here connecting with what we're studying, our curriculum. I can't believe we're in session 3, identity. And our goal with this conversation is that you will connect with the topic besides our curriculum. Today I have a special friend, her name is Janelle. We're gonna have a conversation about identity. Janelle is part of our team here at Passion City Church for a long time. She's a key piece of our team, and she was okay sharing her beautiful story of how she found her identity and rooted it in Jesus. So I love that our topic explores this constant struggle that seems to be for us women, trying to find who we really are and establish that consistently, living our days in peace and assured of who we are in Jesus. I'm going to start, Janelle, letting you share because your story is so beautiful. I want you to take most of the time sharing it. But I know that you were not always where you are today.
Yeah.
There was a season of your life that you were struggling a lot. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Not at all. When I was young, as a teenager, I struggled with anxiety and panic. Started having panic attacks when I was 15 and went to therapy and learned how to cope basically with, breathing techniques or what to do in that process. And that just followed me into adulthood. But I learned to deal with it. And then I became a mom, and that was who I was as far as my identity. I was their mom, and everything, every day was wrapped up in that. And then as my kids started graduating and they were finding their identities, I started losing mine. And I really went into this deep depression. The anxiety built, the panic attacks came on more often, and I almost became debilitated because of that. It was literally paralyzing to me, these attacks. And there was no rhyme or reason. It just happened. And I had 4 kids, so they graduated pretty quickly together. And my days became very dark and numbing. And so that was the place that I lived for a long time. And as a believer, I honestly just thought I should pray more, I should serve more, I should go to church more, and none of those things fulfilled me. And in fact, on the outside, especially serving, even here at Passion City Church, I would come here and put on a smile, and people thought that our marriage was amazing and that I had these 4 amazing kids that were flourishing, but I was literally dying inside. I was numb. And so I was a high-functioning, depressed person and didn't even know what to do about it. And what was crazy is I was a part of a small group, didn't participate a whole lot in the small group, but one of the women challenged us to memorize the book of Ephesians. And I thought, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. I am too old to do this. I don't know how to memorize. I don't see the point in this. And so I think I'm gonna opt out. And God was like, I think you're not gonna opt out. You're gonna do this. And so I started memorizing the book of Ephesians for no reason. I was still in this depression and filled with anxiety, no reason at all, but I started it. And what was amazing is that it took a long time. And I got through the first chapter, and in chapter 2, which was about 8 months in, I sat on my sofa one day and I thought, it's been a long time since I've had a panic attack. Why? What's different? And the Lord sweetly told me, He said, it's my word that's the difference. It has so filled you up that there is no more room for the anxiety. That was literally a mind-blowing day for me because I thought, this is the answer? This is the answer to the panic attacks I've had for the last 30 plus years. And so I kept going. And it actually took me 33 months to memorize the book of Ephesians. And it was hard. It was one of those things that, I would not do for weeks or months on end. And then the Lord would be like, don't feel guilty, don't feel shame, just pick back up where you left off. And so that's what I did. And it took almost 3 years to do that. But now I still will say it once a week out loud. It takes about 20 minutes. And it is a go-to thing for me because it is truth that is embedded in my heart. And so I still live with anxiety attacks or panic attacks. I still will have days where I feel depressed, but immediately the Lord's like, say the word, say chapter 2, go to chapter 6, just say it, say a few verses. And it is literally a balm in my heart that takes away all the lies, all the false things that the enemy tries to say to me. And it is the truth and honestly, this powerful confidence, a piece of the armor that is on the inside and not just a protective covering on the outside. So that's truly has been huge and impactful for me.
My goodness, I don't know if I tried to paint a picture of what Flourish is in the example that she just gave us, how it fits in what we're pursuing. I don't know if I would be able to do it more. Thank you so much for sharing your story a little bit with us. While we're not asking you to memorize the whole book of Ephesians, we are encouraging you and trying to inspire you to have the Word of God as the baseline of your life, as the place that you go when you're struggling, because struggles are real. And as women, we are so often dealing with what Janelle just shared and other things. So this is actually a two-part conversation. Thank you, Janelle, again for sharing a part of your story with us. But we have another video coming, another friend will join us, and we're hoping that these resources and things we're giving you besides our curriculum in this website are being encouraging to you and are helping you in your journey to connect with the topic that we're studying. So please watch the next video as well.